veterans that are transitioning, retiring, and military spouses to jobs that they normally wouldn't feel that were open to them. So we partner with over 120 corporate partners that are Fortune 500 companies, and we have created a program in which within a couple of weeks, you yourself could be talking to someone at McKinsey or Deloitte or BlackRock or Lockheed Martin. And maybe you're thinking you have a niche trade that you feel is not something that would be represented. And when I tell you that we have thousands of mentors in all spaces, I promise you that I've helped people who have faith-based clothing lines, to someone who wanted to start a food truck, to someone who wants to be in higher ed. And I really do not feel like a door is closed, because this is your chance to meet someone that you normally would not, that has direct information. So here's a look at some of our corporate partners. So like I said, I know that we have a lot of transitioning service members interested in cyber, and I would say the best part of finding mentors at these companies is we have had transitioning soldiers where they find a mentor in cyber, and they're not working at a company you would normally associate with that. So it's mentors from Citibank. They need cybersecurity professionals as well. And so doors that you thought, oh, I need to associate it with only this one company, I have mentors all the time who will tell me, we're hiring at our company, and I would love to connect with a service member and make sure that I share. So the biggest goal that we have is underemployment. So I know when my husband was getting out, he thought about, I'm going to go in border patrol. I'm going to go into a public service job that was very closely related to what he had been doing. The whole goal of ACP is that we combat underemployment. So if you have a master's degree, you're going into a job where you feel like you're being compensated and have a job title that matches what you were just doing. And I know I saw someone just write WWE was at the bottom. You actually, like, if you take it upon yourself, it's just like school. What you put into the mentorship is what you get out of it. I met with my mentor in West Philly, and we're planning on going to an Eagles game together. A couple weeks ago, one of our mentors from Major League Baseball met up with their protege, and they went to the All-Star game together. So one of the best parts is that you become friends with your mentor as well. So we met last night, and I know all about her kids, but then in the other half of our conversation, we also talked about how Vanguard is using AI. Well, up here in northern New York, there aren't big companies like that. And so I gained access from a really remote place to a person that knows what's happening at the highest level. And so then when I create my resume and I'm trying to figure out what to put my time into with benefits that are offered to me, she helped me use Syracuse's O2O program to pick the correct HR certificate that would give me the, I would say, advantage over other people, because those are the certs they're looking for. So every single day, if you're in project management, I have mentors in project management at Honeywell. They're all guys that are former service, and they're telling me, hey, we use Lean Six Sigma, get your Lean Six Sigma. It's just a connection you normally would not have. So the best part of our mentorship is that it's a very doable time frame, and we partner with other VSOs like the USO, like Hiring Our Heroes, like O2O, and your mentor gets to be with you throughout all of that. So my O2O program with Syracuse will end in a couple months, but my mentor is still with me for another 6 months. And it's only 1 hour a month. 95% of our mentorships are virtual. So I had someone getting their MBA. He lives in Chicago. And I said, hey, I have a mentor that's in Chicago. Would you like that mentor? And he had the ability to say, no, I'm not concerned about location. I want the best person in the field for what I want to do. He wanted to specifically go into business analytics, and he was able to do that through Zoom and through technology for 1 hour a month. That is also not to say that people don't meet more than that. They will adapt and meet with you however often you want. I have some who meet every single week. 1/3 of our mentors are prior military service members. The most exciting part of my job is proteges that come back, and they come back as mentors, and they can say, this is what my transition experience was like, and they get to see a person who now has a job at a place like Honeywell being a project manager, and then it becomes realistic. Like, if they can do it, I can do it, and they can tell you all the behind the scene details of how to do that. Also, we consistently monitor what's happening throughout the mentorship. So my job as an operations associate, besides my outreach work, is that I'm checking in with all of my mentors all year long for an entire year. And I'm asking them, how's it going? Do you need resources? Do you need information on what you should be working on each month based on what you're doing? And the best part is that 97% of our mentors offer to mentor again at the end of the 12-month period. Right now, I have one of my favorite mentors. He is on his 20th mentorship through Lockheed Martin. You do not need, I'm looking at the questions coming up, you do not need this to get into TAP everywhere. So one of my jobs is that I present and pair with TAP and CSP on Fort Drum, and we pair with them, and we're one of the providers for transition services, but as getting a personalized mentor. So when I came in the program, I had a MySeco career counselor, and they were great at helping with my resume in general, but I needed someone that was in HR to tell me the specifics. And I went from looking for a job to having one within a couple months because of that specialized feedback that my mentor was able to offer. And then every time you are applying to jobs, they can help you tailor your resume and give you one-on-one support that you wouldn't normally get. So it's great to pair up programs that you're already in and use that mentor to support all the work that you're doing across the board. Right now, we have about 5,400 different pairs throughout the country, and the average starting salary is much higher. It's $90,000 for our proteges, and I consistently have proteges that say, my corporate mentor talked to me about how to negotiate my salary and how to do that successfully now. Also, so we have a question, have there been proteges that finished a 12-month program and then started again with a higher level mentorship? What I see generally is, for example, we have one of our corporate partners is a banking company. Through that mentorship, they now are considering moving to the East Coast and being part of a mentorship with that bank, and that they'll go through the formal fellowship process. So I would definitely say that it opens the door to knowing about things that are happening at companies that you might not always know, so that you can gain one step up. We have a very large tech company right now that's interested in creating a program that would start 2 to 3 years out that could help us get more service members able to transition and plan that earlier to get into a large Fortune 500 company. So just to look at our applications, back when we first started, we were at about 2,000, and right now, last year, we received over 20,000 applications. And so the demand is high to meet with our mentors, which I can understand, because I know as a spouse, and when my husband got out, we didn't have a lot of connections at companies like BlackRock and McKinsey and Nike. And so it gives you a person that you normally wouldn't meet in your everyday life that's ready to help you. This is one of our Robert. He is a Army veteran out of Salt Lake City. He sent this to my colleague Leslie in her LinkedIn. Robert was a homeless veteran. He got in with he signed up, got a cybersecurity mentor, and he is now a cybersecurity analyst. And just that one connection, I think it goes beyond, and I know it does because my mentor does it every time we meet. She's given me a lot of career advice, but they also are people that are at the top of their field. And the best part is they teach you about what are the habits and time management skills and work-life balance skills that help you obtain a job like that. When I'm on Fort Drum, I tell them the best part of my job is watching someone get paired with someone that has their dream job and then actually seeing how it could be a reality. I would say when we look at the employment challenges that are mentioned by veterans, they report deciding on a career path. So I tell service members all the time, you can get a mentor to help you through clarity of what should I do next. And if in that mentorship, you think, gosh, I really thought I wanted to do project management, but I want a completely different field now, that is something that you can tell your ACP operations associate, and we can connect you with other mentors, or completely look at, okay, we need to change and they need to be with someone who can address what their specific career goal is now. Also, throughout the mentorship, we offer 1-hour calls. So I had a protege who was he has a JP Morgan mentor, but he went to a career fair in DC and he said, hey, I'm really looking at a job with McKinsey. Could you pair me up with a mentor for a 1-hour call to help me prepare for that job that I'm looking at? And within a month, I had put them and connected them directly with the email, and they were able to meet with that mentor at their company of interest. Also, I know right now with technology, and I experienced this, not getting feedback from hiring managers, it's kind of, my proteges always talk about like the hole of doom where they said, Amber, I've done 200 applications and I haven't heard anything. And just like when I popped on and Jordy mentioned your LinkedIn, some of it is just tricks of the trade that go into the process. And your mentor is the one who understands this might be why you're not hearing back. Usually they're in a position of leadership where they are seeing resumes every day. They're in the interviews every day. They might be the people that are looking at the profiles and applications on LinkedIn. I know some of our recruiter mentors even put their LinkedIn up and show them from the recruiter view what is happening on the other end when you apply to help you understand that process better. Once you're in the mentorship, usually the beginning part is you're just getting that resume set for what it is to begin looking at jobs, and then they move into interview skills. The next most popular thing is, how do I translate everything I have done into words that civilians understand? We do an intro and they share it, and the mentor is able to go through all of that and begin to tell them, here is what you could replace, and begin to speak in a way where you can sell yourself. Because most of the time your resume is showing a wealth of information and all the wide range of things that you've done in the military, but for on the civilian side, it's like a foreign language. I had a colonel that was out in Hawaii and he'd run multiple hospitals, and he said, I cannot figure out how to get my resume into the words that people are using to do healthcare admin on the civilian side. And once I paired them with someone on the civilian side, the realm of what he felt like he could do and apply to completely broadened. And he realized I could do more than just apply for healthcare admin jobs as well. Last, I would say the best part of it is building a network of professionals. So my mentor introduced me to other people at her company. She also was willing to introduce me to people that she'd known at other companies. So I had a mentor last week from Disney, and he delved into his background of people that he knew, and they were then meeting with the protege as well as a supplemental. And those things are the networking is essential to your success. And I would say it's never too early to get a mentor to start with that networking, because you don't know where that opportunity is going to come up. And sometimes the mentor can see things and potential that you can't see. I have to be honest, when I got hired at ACP, my mentor was the reason that I applied and have the job I do today, because she said to me, Amber, I know that what you see is helping veterans right now, and you don't know that it's connected to HR. But she's like, this is going to be the best HR opportunity that you have in your life to network and meet people and get to know what's out there. And she couldn't have been right. But coming from a different career field, I couldn't see that. And it was what she could with 30 years of experience in the business. In terms of what our applications look like, you don't need to have a certain level of education to be with us. You can be starting from, I've never went to college, I don't have any certifications, to I have 3 master's degrees and I want to figure out what to do next. That is what your mentor's job is to help you understand, I have my GI Bill, I have these programs in front of me. It helps you figure out where to put your time in to make yourself stand out and get the job that you want, instead of putting a lot of time in and then being like, well, no one really cares at this company about whether I have this particular HR cert. So by having someone in the industry, they can specify what is most beneficial for you to study and put your time into, or how to use those benefits effectively, and what type of schools and places you should be looking at. In terms of who has been part of this program and what it's like once they're out, our salary rate is 30% higher than the number 2 VSO in terms of when you're looking at who to choose when you would like to get a mentor. And what is also important is that the average veteran job retention rate is 56%. And when you look at an ACP protege that's been through our program, we're looking at 80% that get a job and stay in it. And I'm convinced it's because it's opening up doors at companies and jobs that proteges are excited about, that they think, gosh, my mentor helped me meet someone at that company or no other companies to look at. And now I've found what I actually like and want to combat the underemployment that we do see. We also have an ACP Ventures program to support some people that would like to have small businesses or have already started one. So right now, 1 in 10 small businesses are veteran owned, and 1 in 4 desire to start a small business. And I see that every day. ACP, our goal is to use the resources at our disposal through the companies that we have and through the mentors that come to us that are successful in their small business to make sure that way more than 52% of veteran small businesses are successful. In terms of what we offer, you would have a year-long mentorship with someone in the small business industry. And in your intake process, we would specify where you are at. So are you in the funding part? Are you planning? Do you need help with marketing so that we can further tailor the type of mentor that you'll have? We also, through our ACP Village, which is also available through an app, you also get to, number 1, talk to experts, be in touch with other proteges that are looking to get into SBI to also share their ideas and what they're finding. But our partner companies have put together courses and information shared directly with you in there in our resource library so that you can learn and use those at your own will. And also, we're honored that this year we received the Congressional Medal of Honor from the Medal of Honor Society Citizens Award. So we competed against VSOs across the country, and we were chosen as this year's honoree. So our work is appreciated by those that have kind of given the ultimate in terms of what you can and has been effective. But at this point, what questions do you have for me about the program and how it works and maybe what the mentorship looks like?
Yeah, if you guys got a question, go ahead and click the raise hand button and we'll call on you guys in an orderly fashion so we can get through you guys' questions as well. So go ahead and click those if you have a question about the program. Go ahead, Jose.
Hey Amber, how's it going? Thank you for coming in.
Yeah.
And congratulations on that. That's a huge honor. That medal. That's not hard to get. You just casually said that in the conversation. My question is, do you have? I'm very interested in having like multiple sources of income besides like just my career. What's like a common resource, or can you name like any mentors that you have that's like available for vets to invest passively? I'm trying to do like passive investments.
So what that looks like is if you were to decide to choose ACP, you call, you put in within 5 minutes, it's going to give you choices on what's your background, what's your service background, what are your goals. From those goals, you would put it, I'm interested in small business. And then in your intro, you could share specifically. Like I said, we have a very wide range of mentors and what they could help with. And so I have had people talk about side hustles from I want to make clothing, I want to have a food truck. I also want to have and do like commercial investment. I have a mentor who he specializes in Airbnbs, and so then he has a day job, but that's his side hustle. And then he shares the secrets of, I would really love to tell you about how this is successful and how you do it. So yes, that is the process. You would sign up for a mentorship, and then within that, we could find someone that could speak to where you're at and what side hustle, how to make that side hustle successful. And if you had a new idea, we always have mentors that are willing to sift through that. I can think of one in particular. All he does is go to speak to grad school students at Notre Dame and talk to them about how to successfully have a small business because he himself did, and now he runs a nonprofit full time. Yeah. Arnold,
Thank
AJ.
you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hi, Amber. Thanks for talking to us. Are there any, moving into like the mentorship and like helping people help themselves kind of business or approach, are there any books or any kind of podcast or anything that you point to that really helped, kind of progress your career a little bit more?
Yes. So every single week on our LinkedIn for ACP, we offer webinars consistently that highlight our partner VSOs and our partner companies. So when I first signed up for ACP, I regret that I did not take advantage of them and wished I would have. So last year I sat in on a Lockheed Martin one. I also sat in on one of our manufacturers. And then also we have other veterans and mentors come back to us from the program and speak to different resources that they've used throughout the mentorship to be successful and make the most of their mentorship. I would say from an ACP side, those webinars are on a weekly basis. We normally highlight 4 to 5 and one specifically from a corporate company. That would be a great resource because, for example, in the Lockheed Martin one, he specifically was a recruiter for Lockheed Martin, shared that they had thousands of job openings, and then also shared different things that he knew on his side of what he was seeing in the hiring process. In terms of resources, if you are in a mentorship and you said, I am working on this, or I can't quite figure out how to sell myself and my elevator pitch and what I'm doing. We have a library as an operations associate of probably 30 pages of different resources that I would go to. And then I would share our ACP resource. So it might be, here are some different, I can think of, Atomic Habits is one of the ones that I normally share. And then we also have another book about, hey, if you're not really good at bragging about yourself in the corporate world, you need to be. And we have a whole set of resources that we share there. So we don't have any one specific one, but it's always tailored to you in the mentorship. So when I open my inbox today, what I'm doing is looking at everything those proteges are saying they're working on. And then I pull out of our resource library that it might be a podcast, it might be an article, it might be one of our personal resources, and then I share based on what that protege is working on.
Do you have any that stand out personally that were like a huge paradigm shift for you?
My paradigm shift, and this is not job related, but it was because I switched careers, was How to Think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty. I follow him on LinkedIn, and it gave me a completely different point of view on what my life needed to be focused on. And when my husband retired, I was really sad about, I always thought it was his identity, right? Like, oh, I followed him around for 20 years. But I felt sad about losing that community. And it was always like, well, what do you do? Well, I was a military spouse and I was a teacher, but I was never always a teacher, right? I started over 8 times. And for him, I watched it happen to him. Even now, people walk up to him and he's like, I was a JTAC. You have to figure out, like, what is it that I am now? And when you have, particularly if you love what you did, I asked him after, what was your dream job? And he said, well, it was that. I'm just too old to do it now. How to Think Like a Monk taught me was looking at, it wasn't about money that I wanted. It wasn't about prestige for me. And I meet proteges every single day in the mentorships that are like, it is important to me to get my MBA, to work in operations. I do want to make 6 figures. And they know that about themselves. And I can give them that mentor. But in the same spot, there was a protege like me where I just wanted to give back. I love veterans. I love spouses. And through my mentor, I was able to figure out that niche within the HR role. And I couldn't have done that on my own. So I would say take the time to use programs like ACP, like 7 Eagle Group, to search within yourself and think about, what is it that makes me tick? What do I love? And find a person like a mentor that's doing that and can give you the key of how to do it, so that you're not just out in the wilderness putting in 300 applications. So I hope that helps.
It did. Thank you, Amber.
You're welcome.
Amber, I got a question for you. Through the ACP Ventures program, now obviously you've got mentors and do small businesses and stuff like that. What about if you're looking to start maybe a nonprofit? I'm assuming you guys have people you can connect with that are looking to start just nonprofits.
Yeah. So yesterday I had a protege who it's so funny. There's common things that happen every day. It was partly, I would like a part-time job because I have a retirement income and I know how to do that and use veteran resources. but I want a side hustle. So he had his business. And then his other part was that he has a very small nonprofit that he would like to grow in New Orleans, and he helps homeless veterans. And he said, I'm involved with my church and that helps my small nonprofit, but how do I do that? And what we're getting ready to do is pair him up with, there are tons of professionals in the Fortune 500 realm of mentors where they have a day job, but then in their free time, they're on the boards of these nonprofits. They understand how to do it. So I have everything from, I want someone who works at a nonprofit specifically, and that's their all-day job, and that's who I want, to our mentors who are on those boards and can help as well. And so again, I hate to keep saying it, but it's completely based on the mentor or the protege and where they're at and the type of mentor I find them. So it could be someone that wants to know how to run it, and I can find that and also get them a call with another one to hear their perspective as well.
That's phenomenal. No, I appreciate it, Amber.
Yeah.
Does anybody else have any more questions about Amber, the program, getting connected with? How do you sign up? How do you get connected? What that process is? Please raise your hand. Use the hand button to kind of showcase. Go ahead, Michael.
Yeah, thanks for your time, Amber. And we've heard a lot of the different industries, and there was that snapshot at the beginning of your brief of all the different companies.
Yeah.
And I want to highlight a different part of my background here, because obviously, like you see on the screen, IT director, that is where I'm moving into. But I'm focused on working with and developing tech within religious organizations, small churches, and nonprofits. I know we talked on nonprofits, but part of that also is I would like to take on a role as an associate pastor in a church focused on tech or something like that. Do you have people in that space?
Off the top of my head, I can't specifically say I have a mentor that does exactly this. However, I can tell you on a daily basis, I will go to our full text search with our thousands of mentors, and I would put in keywords that you just told me. And it is not very often that we cannot find someone that could help you to figure that out, just because of our nationwide reach and the amount of people that we work with. A lot of our IT mentors also are coming from, they've held multiple positions in multiple spots, and they're comfortable to speaking to the job, no matter what realm you want to work in, nonprofit, Fortune 500, they understand the field and are willing to also work with you to help you. But that to say, I know I've had a lot of people, you're thinking about what I'm doing might not be that popular, it might be niche. That is kind of what we specialize in, because I know that we've went out and found people on LinkedIn before as well and said, hey, we have a veteran, would you like to be a mentor? And they're like, hey, I'll come on board and help. So we definitely will never tell you no, and we will do our very, very best to find you someone that fits exactly what it is you would like to do.
Awesome, thank you.
Awesome.
Go ahead, Victor.
Hello, thank you for your time. I have a question. So I want to be a teacher once I get out of the military in a couple months, right? And I'm gonna do my clinical practice in January. I'm just trying to, I guess, find resources or talk to someone about teaching so I can prepare myself. So when I do start, I have that skill set or I'm prepared for what I'm about to do. So I was just wondering, what do you guys have? I think you mentioned you were a teacher. Do you guys have educators?
Yes, we do. And Victor, I would be more than, let me share my LinkedIn with you so you can
Okay.
connect with me. I would not only be more than happy to help you because I moved 8 times and figured out how to be a teacher successfully in each one, but I also figured out that there are certain states have benefits for spouses and for transitioning service members and service members themselves. And we also pair up with other VSOs that specialize in that. But the key for you is going to be figuring out what state you want to teach in, what area you want to teach in. And also they will go through your whole transcript depending on where you want to live. I could help with all of that and would love to, personally. And yes, so let me share it. I'm willing to connect with anyone who has questions. I check my messages daily and would love to help with that, Victor. So yeah, and thanks for being willing to help
Mhm.
our youth. That's really exciting. You're going to be a great asset to them.
I'm excited for it too. Yeah, I do have, like, I want to move to Boston. I'm just having a hard time right now trying to figure out, like, okay, like how like, I know, like, I'm in Georgia right now. I got to figure out how once I graduate, how to transfer, my teaching certificates. I don't know if I have to retake the test to qualify to get my teaching certificate in Massachusetts. So it's just like I'm trying to find a point of contact over there so they can help me, because I tried contacting the office over there, and I've had no like, I haven't been able to find an answer. So
I could definitely help you with that. I
okay, thank you.
navigated, yes, there were times where I moved before my husband even got there and lived in an empty house to make sure I got a job at a school. And I would love that. So yes, super happy to connect you with you and personally help you get in touch with people that can make a difference.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Go ahead, Brittany.
Hi, so I'm looking at going through the licensed clinical social work route, and I would love, like, if you guys had a mentor for that, because it's such a broad career field. And so it's been very difficult, like, just getting somebody down to actually help me out.
Yeah. So I had a service member that was being medically discharged at Fort Drum last month, and she was moving to New Jersey. I was able to find her mentor within the social work realm, and she was someone with 20 years of experience. And right now I noticed that she started her master's degree program, and they're currently starting to look at different positions she could do while she was in school in that realm. But I know you said your biggest worry is that it's a broad field and you're trying to narrow it down. And so once you're in the mentorship, what you could tell your operations associate is, hey, I'm kind of settled in my mentorship. Can I talk to another mentor and have a one-time informational call? And I am a huge advocate of those, because there might be something that another mentor says to you that you didn't think of, or a job or a company or a place. Hey, have you thought of this? And then those opportunities that you weren't sure about suddenly open for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Awesome. No, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for your time, Amber, today, and talking about this amazing program to get our folks connected with those mentors that are out there in their potential or passion career field. I'm definitely going to look up myself and get connected as well. Different avenues of success that we're looking at here. But thank you so much for your time. Obviously, folks can reach out to you on LinkedIn, but then also through your website as well. So I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for kicking us off this morning and starting off with a positive message.
I obviously was like very excited about it because I watched my husband go through this process, and he was like, man, like I should have gotten a mentor. And yeah, then suddenly you're like, I could have worked at this company or this company. I guess what I didn't share, Matt, and forgot to share was how the process itself, what it looks like. So if some of you are like, I've already signed up, it is that quick. So once you go to www.acp-usa.org, you scroll down and it says apply as a veteran. You can get your spouse to sign up. You will hear from our operations associate like me within 24 to 48 hours. So you receive an official call, and then within a week or two, it's normally within the week unless it's end of the week, and you speak with the operations associate. We tell you what's expected of you, which is basically make sure you show up, have it scheduled, and share what your agenda is with your mentor. And once you have that 15 to 20-minute call with the operations associate, I begin the search for your mentor. And in the time that I have been with ACP, I have never had to call someone at the 2-week mark and tell them that I didn't have a mentor for them. So we have them, they're ready, and they are the best part of humanity, because I have vice presidents of companies writing me and saying, did you find someone yet? Like, I love this. I work with, up here in New York, we have it's a VSO, but more associated at the state level with the governor, Next Move New York. ACP just highlighted them. They are helping veterans who want to stay in this area, and there's lots of those around the country. But the best part of it is that then they directly connected the people I'm working with to people at companies here across 7 counties. And so I would totally willing and happy to help and share all the people we're connected with. And I, first of all, thanks for having me. And second of all, thank you all for your service. It is not an easy life. And I assure you, you're going to be an asset to wherever you end up. And we would love to make that happen for you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Amber. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, everybody. We've got a little bit of time. So if you have any more questions about ACP, getting connected with them, or some success stories that you'd like to talk about, you personally getting connected with ACP and what that process looked like for you, we do receive, I actually just received an amazing success story from Leslie the other day, talking about one of their folks that got connected through the, and is now working because of the mentorship that he received through ACP. He is now working with NBC Universal in the sales, generation lead department. So, it helps, right? These are it's just another avenue to help you and give you that second set of eyes as you're out there kind of navigating this space and taking your first steps into a career. It's always helpful to have that forceful backup of somebody that's already walked in those shoes or is in that career path to pour back into you on the next steps, or doing interview style questions, or looking at your resume, giving you examples or tweaks and stuff like that. So it's phenomenal. Daniel, you want looking for the link? Here, I'll post it again. There you go. Oh, that was to you, Amber, directly. There you go. Perfect. Yeah, so if, like I said, if you guys have any success stories, we'd love to hear from them. If not, go ahead and take a small break. We'll be right back here at noon with our next speaker.
Thanks, Matt. Hey, Doe Bear, are you here? Excuse me. Is Doe Bear here?
I don't.
Would anyone like to help MC the next session with me? He's a medical sales manager.
Great way to work on your interview skills.
That's right. We've already had a bunch step up. Come on, who hasn't done one yet?
You got it, Megan.
Killing me.
You up for it, Meg?
Heidi, did you just call somebody else out?
Yeah, she did. Heidi's got my back.
I'm trying to get her to. I told her I would help her if she wants me to do it with her.
That's great. That's awesome.
All right. You guys can tag team. All right.
Okay.
Done good?
That's excellent.
Okay, we got it.
Who is the person again?
So his name is Brian Murdoch. Brian, are you here?
I don't think he's here yet.
All right.
No.
So he's with a company called Synops. So they do it's a medical device company for people with I think like intestinal issues and stuff. Anyway, he runs a he'll tell us more about it, but he runs a bunch of territories out west. So he's an Army vet. I'll introduce him.
I just posted that his LinkedIn is right there. If you want to take a
Okay.
look, click on that. You can go take a look.
Perfect. Thank you. I was looking for it.
If you'd like me to introduce him, I'm happy to. If you guys want to do it, that's fine too. I can send you. I'll put it in the chat. He gave us a bio if you want to read it. Oh, while we're waiting, can we get this quick photo done? Who has Sheila's got it. All right, so I want to write a post tomorrow, and the theme is sort of like family. How you guys are, how I'm so impressed that so many of you putting family at the top now after serving. Not that you didn't when you were serving, but like it's such a big part of like what this next chapter is. Like you want to be there for the kids, the family, all that stuff. So I want to get a photo of if you guys have any kids with you in the room or in the house, or a spouse or a partner, if they can jump in, and I want to take a quick screenshot. So go grab
Anybody's kids awake in Japan?
Don't wake them up for this. They will be upset.
Can I bring my cat?
Yes, cats are fine too. They're
All
fine.
right, let me see if I can grab them.
Cats are
Dogs
people
fine too, but
Can I
want
grab a
little
photo
kid.
of my kids?
There you go. There you go. Yeah,
there's-
just grab a photo. Hold up a photo, Molly.
There you go.
They're sleeping.
What's her name? What's your name with Heidi? Who's your mom? Who's that?
This is Sierra.
Sierra, how old are you?
10.
Oh my gosh. You got a pretty cool mom there, huh?
I know.
Good answer.
Good answer.
Yeah.
All right, wait, let me just forward this to you.
Just a second. I have to get all 4 of my kids together.
Go get them. Megan, where are you?
I'm right here.
You there? Give me do you mind just yelling out your cell to me, or
I'm sorry, what?
you mind yelling out your cell number so I can text you the bio?
717
Hold on. Yeah.
414
Yep.
6911.
Thank you.
I'm here for this.
There you go. There's
Come on, we gotta have more kids.
Man, look at that. Dakota's got
Look at
a
that. You
whole-
can say hi.
Do
Dakota's
me
got
a favor,
whole
because I
group
can't
there.
see all the screens. If you don't have kids with you right now and you can't, if you could just turn off your camera, I think that'll put everyone who does have their camera on to the first page.
There you go.
I just need a picture with like 50 of us. Look at Nicole. Oh my God.
Say hi. Look,
Oh,
say
you
hi.
got,
You
who's
got your
that?
monkey?
Curious George? Is that Curious George?
Jerome's got his.
Okay, I can't see the camera.
Brian just came in.
Oh, Dakota, look at that. I love it. Romel, he showed me a picture. That's cool. You could hold up a picture too. Come on, I need a few more. Does anyone have a few more? Grab those kitties.
How does this work? I'm in place of my place on the
My
picture.
kitty ran
There you
away.
go. That's good, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh. Heidi
Come
lost her.
on, who's got kids? 5 more. Look at Sheila, you got to share some of them. Share, let somebody else hold it.
Glad to see I'm not the only one with a whole bunch of kids. Why are we taking a
Who's got the most?